Hello, Requin87 and welcome to Let's Try some IXION. So this is an upcoming city builder, space station management type game from Bulwark Studios and Games, and it has been bandied around as a bit of a Frostpunk in space. So we're going to dive on today, have about 30 minutes with them or so, and see if that's holding true, or at least if it's trending in that direction. But before we get in and have a look at the gameplay and discuss that itself, let's have a look at a little bit of a scene-setting cinematic. It's always good to get us in the mood.
Launch control, we have typing clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
EA algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad. Tycoon to EMB share. You have clearance for final approach. EMB share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
So there we go. Now, intros certainly don't make or break games, but it's like the aroma before you get meals, and it's tantalising and gets you in the mood. I very much enjoyed the intro.
Docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized.
This is going to be our little building area.
Decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized.
Bye bye, shuttle.
Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments.
So I'm going to skip through some of this text, so although it's fantastic, I do want to get a lot of the gameplay covered rather than just the ambience. Let's skip through this. Okay, so we are on Tycoon Stations, that is the elements of the game, and we get to control this a little bit, and if we skip forward to the next discussion, let's skip through this man.
So, now, it's no Eden's go. The more
so, gameplay, come on. Right, and this is the Tycoon Station there. Fantastic, eh? And I must admit, the visuals are pretty stunning at this point, although it's pretty early on. So you can see we've got this space station view, you've also got a kind of solar system view, and that is going to be part of the gameplay. It's going to be kind of bombing around within, well, not just a solar system, but wider than that. And then of course you've got the kind of main thrust of it, which is this building view. And you are on a kind of ring of a space station here, you can see that ring. And and it very much reminds me of like kind of Starbase Startopia, I think it's called, where you're building on this kind of inner ring, and as you go I'm sure we'll expand into new sections. So first thing I have to do, I don't need the tutorial, thank you very much. I don't need the camera controls, thank you. Let's look at the building controls. So a few basic buildings we can get through at the minute. Let's start off, we're going to need a workshop. This lets us have a dude who constructs things. Apparently that's going to be pretty useful. We'll stick him like there even, so he has access to the road. Let's put ourselves on road. And we're also going to need storage depots. So the way this works is each stockpile can hold one type of resource, and only one type of resource. And as you see, all the resources up along the top, and there looks to be a fair amount of kind of basic resources and refining you can then do. Within our starting area, there is also a large chunk of resource piles. So as we kind of go through the demo, we'll be clearing these out. Anyone with access to a road, we can just click on them, and they'll get taken away. So actually, a large part of this initial demo is working out where you're going to build stuff, and therefore which piles you need to clear out of the way, so you can have a nice, neat city. Because that's the important thing here, isn't it? Right, do a bit of that, and then at some point we're going to have our next conversation to get our objectives on the go. Here we go.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Alright, let's speak to Emma, and I'll maybe do a little bit of background building so you can get best of both worlds.
Administrator, Mr. Dolus has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolus's lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body.
Awesome, so
Remember
all this
that all of your actions
adventuring
and
through
choices are
space is
being
going to give us
recorded by
dementia.
Eden.
No, early onset
We are
dementia
not
is the
affiliated
best
with
thing.
any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
So we are an extra national operation, I suppose, responsible only to a corporation. How can that possibly go wrong? Right, so things we now need to do, we get ourselves a little objective. So we've got to build a communal dining. I think if I click this, it'll say build an infirmary as well. No, it doesn't. But I think, given what you've just said, I'm going to build one anyway. Because all my people going mental, I mean, it doesn't sound positive, does it? So, I mentioned earlier this is supposed to be kind of a Frostpunk-esque thing in space, and one of the things that, obviously, features of Frostpunk was these kind of events and decisions and kind of the kind of trust and morale your kind of people had. So you do get these little pop-up events, this one. So we have our unhappy people, and they want a commitment for us to say, hey, can we build them a refractory so we can all eat together? And we're going to say, sure, we'll commit to that. And then it'll give us a certain length of time for us to build this, and if we do it in time, they all trust us, and if we don't, they get very upset. So let's grab a refractory, and let's plot that down like, we're going to put it there. To build a road. We can now continue this road. Excellent. So they'll get to building that. So I did plop down 2 steel stockpiles just so they can start clearing these things out. I am going to need a food stockpile so that can feed into the refractory, and I also need a tech stockpile for this little green stuff in the corner. So let's maybe start with those while we're building our things. Stockpile small. Stick it here. That can be for food. And then where should we put our tech? We could put it just here, actually, couldn't we? Sure. I'm sure there are reasons I would want it somewhere else, but that's where I put it. While that's merrily building, we could also maybe get slightly ahead of the game and look at some housing for our people. So we can build crew quarters of 15. We currently have 85, so I need 15, 36 of these. Let's plan those out. And as ever, you're massively over queue building, so it takes forever to catch up. But that's okay, this will kind of truck along slowly but surely. As we've only got one bit, so the resource bots will carry resources either from the stockpiles to your storage or from the storage to the building sites. Once they have all the resources and this grey bar appears, your constructor bot will appear from the constructor site and he will come along and build it. Just like that. Let's maybe clear out this one. Maybe try and clear out this space. Each of your storage boxes can hold up to 100, so if you ever get more than that, things well, things don't go anywhere. So the other thing, interesting, and I'm going to keep coming back to this whole kind of Frostpunk estates, because one of the difficulties with making, one of the things which Frostpunk did fantastically well was that was a constant edge of failure, the balance. You're always on the edge of failure, you're always under threat, you're always kind of working towards the next thing, be it more resources, be it heat, be it incoming cold snap, and the fact your world got colder and colder over time, there's this constant level of threat. And the difficulty you have in kind of meeting that expectation is that balance aspect. Because I really enjoyed Frostpunk, I found this now is very challenging. I never, got full marks on all the objectives, but at the same time I never failed any of them. And that's the balance you've got to create, whereas you're making it challenging enough to have this constant pressure feel without just either being so hard your players ultimately just crash and burn, or actually setting difficulty not hard enough, and in that people just breeze through it and you don't get that same oppressive feeling. So that is going to be a challenge for devs. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to answer that with the kind of way I'm in demo here. We're just going to get the feel of it in the game and how it plays. But it's certainly something to consider going forward. Okay, Bargeville, talk to me.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Mounted Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange, out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines.
Okay, so we have some corporate buddies.
Trust in genetic kinetics. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Okay, my man. We'll end this discussion. So, two things. We've got an event popped up. Let's have a look at that. Administrator. Some crew members have nowhere to live, and they're a bit unhappy about that. So, hey, I will happily commit to building living spaces, and we'll stop listening to them. We also need a cargo ship, because we have no way to produce food at the minute, so we're going to have to get it from our friends. So we can construct via our dock here. Mining ships, cargo ships, and sand ships. So it should a little bit, probably what's going to happen later in the game in terms of mining resources and refining them and surviving with what we can scrape and scratch through the darkness of space. Potentially should have got a second constructor, but we seem to be keeping up. Construct cargo ship with dogmeat, science ship as well. Oh, let's queue that up. There we go, beautiful. Plenty of food for just now, got houses on the go, and our constructor will come to these roads and we can clear these bits out, and so we've got a big chunk of space to work with. Space is something we are going to need. There goes our ship. Beautiful. And so now, when we should be able to go to the space window, I think it's space window, and we can get our ship to Fleet Management, who is the button looking for. Go and collect food. So we have cargo ship. Bar dash is going to be on food. Awesome. And he will go. Off he goes. How cool is that? An event available on the moon. What's this? Ah, science ship. We will be back, my moon friend. Okay, now he's going to keep going, keep bringing in food. Not that we have storage for the minute, but hey, better food and not have space than need food and not have it. That's a really garbled way of saying it, but there you go. Science ship done and done. Let's jump back out to our space view and say hey. Ah, click and click. Hang on. Moon's here. There we go. And he's going off to do sciencey stuff at the moon. Beautiful. I do like the solar system view and the graphics there. It's
Science
pretty.
ship has arrived at destination.
Even if you won't spend a lot of time in that view. Okay. Do I need to do anything there? Ah, then you get a clicky event. Summary of intelligence collected from abandoned base camp. Base out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and may be used to restore power. We average probability of finding resources. Or, oh, that's all. Just it. Abandoned, depressurized. This video surveillance systems are functional, so we could exploit the security vulnerability and get science, or dismantle it. Well, dismantle it. Resources and science sounds awesome. So as you see, we are keeping our word on the various things which we said we're going to build. Our trust has gone up, which is a groovy little mechanic. Words fail me. Right, we have finished clearing out resources. So I'll demolish the road for now. We may end up building it back, depending on what buildings we want to put in over there. Right, we have a little space left. Why don't we try and clear this out? And we'll get this whole section done. It's 90, that's a lot. Got a couple of roads in there just to clear this one. Well, a nice big space to work with. Any other buildings available right now? Refractory we've done, Infirm we've done. We haven't done a tech lab, which is a chunker, not gonna lie. And yeah, we could stick him down in this corner, couldn't we? Something like that, perhaps? Yeah, let's do it.
Team has completed a task.
I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to need it, so let's start building it now. Oh, science ship team. What did you find, my friends? We found 30 bits of metal and 40 science. Awesome. Come on home. Where are we? Tyken, go. Right, I'm assuming you're coming home. Good. Ah, look, we've got 100 food stored in our little docking bay as well, so that's nice that it has a bit of storage there. It's a good dump for a lot of steel, which is handy. Oh, another transmission.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
On Munshi, what you got for me?
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital manner. Your psychological test results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
Okay, my friend. Struck the Vol engine. Build a tech lab. Aha! Already on it. Look at that. Almost like I knew where the game was going to point me. Right, let's do this, and we should be able to clear that out. Probably want to do that as well. We'll clear that one. There's plenty of space in this opening area, but you know, I like to be a little bit neat. Don't we all? So still no new buildings at the minute. I guess we will get those through the tech lab. Well, we have the docking base, which is just another one of them. Cool. I don't think I want to build a second one right now. Okay, tech lab done. Research the EVA tech log. So now unlock the tech tree. Have a look at that. Ooh. Okay, that looks like a healthy tech tree, even at this stage, and I'm pretty sure as the game develops, we will fill this out even more and more and more. So we've got some basic stuff all unlocked. So we were looking for the EVA airlock, which is extra vehicular activities. Just fancy space words for going outside, to be perfectly honest. But there you go, EVA. Let's keep clearing out the space, although we don't have space in our storage. It's not a bad position to be in if we have plenty of resources kicking about. Now, where is the science ship? Okay, so fleet is just for mining and cargo. If we jump to space view, where is our... Have you collected these things? Processing science. Ah, you just need to sit there. Right, understood. Well, I shall have you sit there and process science then. And there's a science taken up. Okay, understood. And and I like the little. This is how far you're researching. This little feedback's always useful. Is there anything we need to build in the meantime? Not really. So maybe I'll kick up the speed. So I must say, I like the feel for the game. You've got the science for the moon. Okay. And it's very smooth and a good audio feedback at the minute. So pretty happy with everything thus far. Okay, EVA has been undone. Let's build it. Certainly, my friends. We can find it. EVA airlock. Well, aren't you a big boy as well? I'm going to need to clear out some space. Alright. Which means I'll need another storage. In the advent of experiencing and getting this gameplay, I'll maybe put a slight cut in here as I clear this out and build ourselves an EVA airlock, and we'll come back when it's just about done. Alrighty, resources cleared out, EVA hatch underway. Interestingly, you couldn't put it here because you can cover up that sector screen. That's a little interesting little detail. I did have to build an additional storage to clear these steel out of the way, but that's not a problem. And given we're about to spend 100 steel on that, we should be able to clear out some of these little guys as well. But in the meantime, something I wanted to show it was that we had there was another event at Mars. We scooted our sand ship over there, and we'll have a look at this one. Intelligence concerning Mars. UN have established a facility. We're currently lacking materials required to repair a critical fault in our auctions supply system. We've submitted an official request for aid. We could repair the fault in exchange for resources, repair auction system in exchange for data, or just let them die. I think we will take the data. Sounds good. Yeah, you guys can go and transfer that over. Awesome. Where is he? He should be in here collecting the stuff. So if we go back, are you? And you are indeed in our dock, and you will get fed the resources you need, and then off you go. Nice to see a little graphic bit keep there. How much space have we got? A chunk. Let's try clearing that out. Now our tech lab. I don't think we have any more tech we can do. We have everything in this ring, and we're locked out from other stuff. Okay. Now I can already see what's happening. This big yellow bar is our power, and we're about to build a big old chunking building, and we're pretty near the top. So I have a funny feeling this is going to cause bad things to happen, which is going to teach us about power. That's what these demos work. I could preempt it by turning this off, but we'll let the demo run its thing. You know, we're nice like that. We are slowly running out of food though, so whatever we're doing, we better do it quickly. There we go. Look at that. You've got no power.
Administrator, due to insufficient levels of electricity generation, Sector 1's power demand has overloaded. Stanford routines recommend that you construct an external solar panel.
Will do. And meanwhile, with this, what's up? Our reports being received relating to the optimization protocols on board indicate the crew members are being overworked. Automatically deploy additional crew members or reduce the number of concurrent active workers. Workplaces. I will happily take more staff. Let's go. Right. External construction. We go to this one. We should be able to build panels out here somehow. Exterior construction. Small, small 2, medium. Ooh, I see. How much stuff we got? We could get away with the medium. I don't think we need medium, so let's just stick on a small for just now. Yeah. Oh, turn everything back on, please. And are we building it? We have to put the resources, presumably have to go over here. I can see them doing that now. And then eventually, we are going to see them pop into being out here, I presume. Here we go. Alright. That's cool. Now we have some solar solar panels providing power. One thing I'm going to do, just because I'm a nice kind of benevolent overloader while we're waiting for the next bit of storage to come along, is build another house. Oh, it fits in nicely actually. Awesome. Oh, construct a Vol engine. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Special? Special. So this is the one which lets us to travel to far-flung destinations. Let's go. That's a lot of thrusters. No idea how we're feeling all of that. Only 100 steel. Bargain. Should see it fill in very shortly. Tycoon. I do like this ring design space stations. Obviously they make a lot of sense. As you spin in the ring, this centrifugal forces that push people to the outside of a circle when it spins provide that fake gravity. Although I imagine it must be pretty disorientating to stand here and you see your horizon kind of curve up and away from you. That'll take a little bit of getting used to. It is a very interesting solution to the artificial gravity problem. And here comes our cool little engine. Chook, 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 chook.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the Vol bonding procedure.
On the way.
Those protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
It'll be interesting how this colonization plays into things in the future. Whether you're going to maybe leave like little colonies behind that maybe you could ferry cargo ship through to get food, or if it's just going to be testing the growing of food in space and all them bits and pieces. I don't know, interesting to see where they go with it.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others like Dolos who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets.
This guy seems like a really cheery fellow.
As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light, and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Okay, so it is interesting when it talks about different morality systems and cheating, breaking with ways of the past, and that kind of hints to maybe that kind of Frostpunk-esque scenario where you could, you know, define if you're going to go uber religious or going kind of work orientated. You know, there was ways and means. I would like to move my tycoon, please. Click. If in doubt, click a button. Yes, there we go. We're off. Easy peasy. Can you maybe... Why don't you come over here as well, since there's some... In fact, can I? Fleet. Go click that. Here we go. Do it automatically. Awesome. You come home as well? Nice. Oop, oop. Wonder how many ships you can get going at any one time. I thought we finished that. No matter. Perhaps I had to wait delivery of materials and then click the event again. Likely. Likely. Right, are we there yet? Looks like we're very much there. Ah, there we are.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon,
Oh, thank you.
Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
No problem. Can I still don't know how to get you to come home. That doesn't matter. I'll work that out when we play the game for reals. Right, up on a planetary system map, which one is this one? There's one initiate a jump. Aha! Base was hiding it. Come on, Vol engine, I want to select you. There we go. I'm a pro, I know what I'm doing. Nice Cronus effects there. Do we see it charging if we go to our view here? Nope, not yet. Okay. It's nice little, you might not see that because of my faces, but there's a nice little box which fills up, lets you know how the charging is going. Always useful. Yeah, in fact you can't see it. It's just down here, you can see the top of the right, just there. So that's the button you gotta click.
Full engine ready.
Let's go, let's jump, let's hit Proxima Centauri. I wonder what the kind of lore is going to be on the tech that makes this work. Or maybe there won't be. Just magic engine makes you go super fast. I wonder if it's going to be, you get to Proxima Centauri, it's going to be you end up miles off path in some random part of the galaxy. Which would give the designers a bit more freedom to put in whatever they wanted. Alright. Well, for humanity to survive, we do need to be a multi-planetary species. The best way for us to survive, that is. Not saying we should abandon this one, but cataclysmic events do happen.
Our home. She is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater.
This guy loves himself.
We have learnt, persevered,
shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the full engine.
That doesn't look good. We've just gone from humanity's savior to humanity's end. Quite possibly. Well, nothing like a little bit of pressure being the last virtues of humanity. And there we go. That's the end of the demo. So, I must admit, I really like it. I really enjoy the game. I think it's a really solid base. I think and thematically, I think it's great. I think the make or break is going to be how we develop that mid-game, how they not only continue to make it interesting and engaging, but also how they balance the challenges that they're obviously very clearly going for and making it all about the feel of survival without being punishing on a player. But I'm really excited to see where this one ends up, and we'll be looking forward to its development. As ever, I've been Requin87. Thanks for coming along. We enjoyed it. Please check the links in the description below, where you can find links to my own YouTube and my own Twitch channel, where I dive into this kind of deeper side of strategy games. And as ever, thanks to WeeblyPixel for hosting me, and do check out the rest of their content, both on YouTube and on the website itself. So as ever, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheerio!